without a doubt, and we're obviously, we're seeing this flight to safe haven assets such as Bitcoin and gold. Bitcoin is actually now sort of the top performing asset in 2020 to date. But we're also, we're seeing this tremendous flight to dollars. As an example, from pre-pandemic levels to today, USDC has surged almost 75% in terms of coins in circulation. It does not appear to be slowing down. Talk to us for a minute about this flight to digital dollars. Where do you think that's headed?
Yeah, I think that one's simple. Would you rather have your money in the Lehman Brothers of 2020 or in USDC, right? Like USDC or things like it are tokens you control. They're fully backed by US Treasuries. There's no fractional reserve lending or any of those things. And I think it's entirely rational. And that goes for people in the developed world. Like, you and I live in the United States. Our banking system's pretty sound. If something bad happens, the government's probably going to bail it out, right? Most of the people on earth don't live in a country like that. They live in countries where the currencies are terrible. If the banks go under, they're just going to lose all their life savings. And so for those people, I can totally see why they're putting their money in a token that's backed by US Treasuries.
Right. Obviously, we're excited about the use case, but you touched on something I want to come back to, which is the amount of fiscal and monetary intervention. This is sort of these Depression era levels of economic contraction. Are we not inevitably going to see very real and very deep global solvency risks at the household level, at the firm level, at the bank level, and even at the national sovereign level? And how quickly could the solvency issues become much more fundamental banking sector issues? And obviously, as you said, we're not just talking about the US, we're talking about banking sectors all over the world.
Yeah, I share your view. I think it's going to be a really serious financial scenario for each of those stacks, the household sector, the municipal sector, the state, national government. And there's early talk of a V-shaped recovery, which I think is completely crazy, that we have an invisible physical barrier to commerce that then will precipitate a psychological barrier to commerce. And so I think this is unfortunately going to be much more like an L-shaped recovery, that we had this big step down. And if the Fed cut 1,000 basis points, I'm not going to the movies, right? Like there isn't any kind of fiscal or monetary stimulus that's going to make me want to go to the movies. So I think it's going to take a long time. The last recession, 2008-9, it took 3 years to achieve the same level of GDP. This one's bigger. So I think it's going to take a long time. And that will unfortunately have a huge impact on the solvency of all those different stacks you're talking about.